Kia ora and welcome to Living Life as Easy As with Happiness. Oh gosh, welcome guys. Yes, it's nearly the end of my Monday. It's been an absolutely crazy day. I just feel completely shattered. I look a wreck, but never mind. It's all good. We move on Friday, so damn excited, but with me working 6 days a week at the moment, Monday is my only day that I can get to and be packing and cleaning. And so I just, finding time to get my video in seems to be at the end of the day. So yeah, the tea's gone. This week it's a glass of beautiful red wine, so bear with me. While I have a much needed vino. But this week, I just want to share with you guys my number one parenting tip. So I've just been talking to some people about it this week, and the success that I've been having from this number one parenting tip, and that it's people, or this friend that I was talking to was really interested in my parenting style and said that she was watching me closely because obviously what I do works, because I have two pretty cool children. I gotta say, they're amazing. And I think that teaching this number one parenting style to them many years ago was the foundations of having some pretty cool kids now, who are turning 16 and 19 in a couple of weeks. So what is that number one parenting tip? I have taught my children about karma, about good karma and about bad karma. And, doing bad creates bad karma, doing good creates good karma, and they get it. And it's just been fantastic. I tell you, it's stopped a lot of arguing in its tracks, because they stop and think about the karma of anything that they're about to do now. Because when they were, quite a few years ago, when I cottoned on to this good karma and bad karma, and every time they did something bad, then I would wait for something bad to happen to them and associate it. Well, honey, do you think that maybe karma played a hand in this? And when you were bad the other day, or you weren't so good, this is karma coming back at you. You put bad out, bad comes back to you. But the opposite is, you've really got to teach them the opposite, though, that you put good out and good comes back at you. And so it's just been phenomenal. It really has. And I just used to say it time and time again. Well, that's bad karma. If something happens to them and it's like bad karma, you shouldn't have done what you did the other day. But remember, always finding the good karma as well. You know why all this wonderful stuff's happening to you right now? Because of the amazing things that you did the other week. If I just give you an example of where you could possibly use karma as parenting. As a young boy at his birthday party, he's 5 years old, and he got a block of chocolate in his presents, and he tore it open and he starts eating it, and his mum said, share it around with your friends, and he said, no. And she said, share it around with your friends. And he said, no, it's my chocolate, I don't want to. And anyway, then he put the chocolate down and he refused to share it with his friends. And then he started opening the rest of his presents, and then he opened this big tractor thing, and he dropped it. And it fell on his toe, and it hurt his toe, and he's crying. And so that would be, the parents are, oh, you're all right, you poor little darling, fix your toe, blah, 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 pamper. Oh, it's just, So this is how I would have dealt with it, or used it as an example for training or parenting in karma, and would have made sure that the toe was okay first. Oh, okay, toe seems to be okay. And then you can just pop in there. And do you think that perhaps when you were being selfish by not sharing your chocolate before, that maybe this has happened as a result of karma, or karma has happened and it's hurt your toe? So if you just keep using situations like that about good karma and bad karma, perhaps if you'd shared your chocolate, this may not have happened. If you keep using that in situations every time something like that happens, Every time something bad happens, can you associate it back to something that they did that wasn't quite right? And say, well, this is karma coming back at you, honey. And you don't have to be nasty, you don't have to yell at your children. It's just quietly explaining. And it's really worked with my children. Just so many times I've used situations of bad karma and good karma. And they get it. They really do. Like, I know that they stop and they think about things now and the consequences if they do something bad, like what could be the bad karma coming back at them. And again, they do the good and then the good things happen. It is just a better life when you do good things and you put good things out there. And they're really understanding that. And it's so exciting as a parent to see your children get that. And it's just really has. It's been one of the best parenting tools that I've ever used. Every time they've done something bad, associate somewhere some karma that you can associate it to. Every time they do something good, we associate later, oh my gosh, see, this is what I talk about with good karma. It's coming back at you, babies. So yeah, I love karma. I love it. I love it as a parenting tool. I think it's just been fantastic. So it may work for you, it may not, but it could be worth giving it a try, because I've had just, insurmountable amount of success for it. Just the other week, my son and I in my son's car went to pick my daughter up from school, and he just embarrassed the heck out of her by sitting on his horn and tooting, and she was just like, oh my gosh, she was so embarrassed. Everybody, all of his school friends around her were all watching her. And anyway, we drove into town. We had to go into town to do some stuff, and the car starts making this horrendous noise. And we're like, oh my gosh, what's happening? And then we get to the main street of lights in Devon Street, the shopping centre of town, right smack back in the middle of town. And my son's car just stops. That's it. It stops dead. And so embarrassed. He was so embarrassed. And, he had to get out and push his car around the corner to get it away from the main lights. And then a nice person came along with a jerry can so he could run off and get some petrol and then run back. And so he was so embarrassed by that. But yet, just only 15 minutes earlier, he embarrassed his sister at school. And so she was quick off the mark, and she said, Bailey, that's karma. That's karma for tooting the horn at me. And he goes, yeah, you're probably right. So, they do get it. They do understand it. And, so it's great. It's just such a neat parenting tool. And to see it working between them as well. So, yeah, I love it. So maybe food for thought, eh? Give that a go, and associate karma to your parenting and see if how the results go. But anyway, I'm going to head off to bed. I need some shut-eye, and I'm just going to also enjoy my glass of red wine before I head away. So remember, always got to look after yourselves too, especially in such a busy, crazy time. Bit of time out for me. Until next week, next Monday, I'll be bringing the video hopefully from my new home. So excited. Anyway, much aroha to each and every one of you. Until next week. Ciao. Cheers. Cheers.